Now we can move on, I guess, to the beta female. So, of course, like the beta male, she is often considered as a good wife because of her submissiveness, very much like the beta male is considered, sought after husband because of his, yes man, well, more submissiveness. But they're also overly kind in nature, and with that, they're usually unreactive to you and or their spouse, so they're commonly one to avoid conflict. They'll push down their feelings. They'll not say what's on their mind or whatever, just so that they can kind of keep the peace
Hmm.
within their relationship. So
Going through the motions.
yeah. Yeah. Also the beta female. So if you ever come across a beta female, she will usually never make the first move, even if she really is interested in you. She will definitely sit back and wait for you to do that. You are required to do all initiation. Don't expect that to, be her forte. It's just not, just comes along with it. Um, what else? So also like kind of like when I was mentioning earlier about them having kind of, even if they have their own opinion that's different from their spouse, they will often not say it, or because they don't want to argue or make themselves go get into a conflict with their spouse. They will often not even say anything, even if it's something that's really bothering them, so that can make them really be taken advantage of, especially if the spouse knows, like, oh, my partner is not going to argue with me over this, I can do whatever I want to do, so that's something to really be
That's
mindful
negative.
of. Yeah.
These women also have anxiety. They're anxiety driven pretty
Mm-hmm.
much. So they have problems because of those communication issues. They have a lot of anxiety and they don't know how to express themselves in the right way. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a red flag in these women as far as beta females.
Yeah.
And just learning how to um, be social, healthy social conversation, and encouraging these type of women to just communicate better, that give them a safe space to talk.
Yeah.
Because to me, to be honest with you, shutting down in relationships and arguments are not good. It only leads to future arguments later, and
Yeah.
then also bad harbored feelings towards your spouse. Regardless
Mm-hmm.
if the beta female is married to an alpha male, because
Mm-hmm.
alpha males are leaders, even though they're leading the relationship, the household, head of household, they still want communication and feedback.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're having beta female qualities, try to resolve issues. Work on resolving issues instead of harboring them, because what's
Mm-hmm.
happening is that you're going to harbor resentment in your relationship that you have, and
Yeah.
also ultimately you explode. And then leading your husband wondering what's going on, you know, because if you don't talk about, especially with dealing with alpha men, if you don't find the time to resolve issues, and then you're just exploding on him. Remember that conversation about hormones? You could throw that out the window, because it's not hormones, it's you. So the issue is you not communicating in the proper way, so that your spouse understands what's going on with you before it comes a problem.
Well, yeah, too. Also kind of the suppression, like the bottle aspect, when you put a cork in a bottle and you shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, just all the pressure eventually is gonna react to an explosion. So the beta female just really ultimately is kind of creating the very situation that she doesn't want, because she wants to avoid the conflict, but
Hmm.
ultimately in the end it happens because within it's like all the conflict
She
is
becomes
coming
the
from within.
conflict.
Exactly, yeah. So your inner reality becomes your outer reality, which is just
It's
not something you really
chaos.
want. Yeah. Yep, exactly. um One thing that we must note is that a beta female will often give a lot of herself to her relationship, but she will commonly be underappreciated for it and undervalued for it, because she, like I said, the taken advantage of part. So that can also be her not getting her own worth, kind of like the beta male within the workplace, not really going after the things that you really deserve, or doing the things you really deserve. Same thing with her. She wouldn't be getting the recognition for the things she deserves, kind of because she doesn't I guess actively seek to get those things,
Right. So it's important to communicate with praise and compliments with
Yeah.
beta females,
Yeah.
guys. So in order to uplift your woman, make sure you give her extreme compliments. Compliment her daily so
Mhm.
that she can feel that she's appreciated, because
Confidence. Yeah.
because these women don't draw confidence from themselves,
Mhm.
and often feels as if they are not, pretty much, what is it,
Worthy in a
worthy.
way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't feel worthy. She never sees her true worth herself. Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
So they're very sweet natured though,
Yeah, and
and they bond with all people.
yeah, and they can make great wives because of that, and
Right.
they're probably very reliable,
That's the ideal, to me, that's the ideal um wife, because she's submissive, she's able to take direction. You just have to be kind and sweet to her as well, in
Yeah,
the
and that's the
relationship,
big
but to
part,
get her
yeah,
to
because she's
communicate and
sensitive,
constantly
yeah.
open up about things that may be bothering her, that's the hard part.
Mhm.
That's the biggest part, because that is where the arguments and all the issues will be led from, is the
Mhm.
fact that you just got to open up, you know.
Yeah, which can be hard if you're really shy and you're not used to that, so that will take a patient man for sure, having patience with
Yeah, and it
yeah.
takes decades for these people. You got to understand, these are personality traits, and other people can't change these traits. It
Yeah.
takes the person to actually want to do that.
Mhm.
And self-help is probably by far one of the hardest things that people look for or try to do for themselves, to be honest with you. And once you start recognizing these flags within yourself, then that's when you need to really start considering getting some sort of help to try to fix these things so that you can enjoy life, you
Yeah,
know.
definitely.